Dr. Weeks, would you mind leading us in prayer?
Father, we're so thankful for each and every day you give to us. Thankful for the privileges we have in Dickson County. We're thankful for the privileges we have of serving the community and serving our county. Father, we just ask that you bless us in the work that we have to do. Father, I ask the blessing over each of these commissioners as they hear the business of the county tonight, make decisions that are impacting on all of us. Father, we pray for those that are sick and hurting today. We pray for those that are have needs, and just ask that your presence be made known to them. Father, as we enter the election session tomorrow, we pray for decisions that will be made tomorrow, that those will be made in accordance to your will. And then Father, Friday, as we observe Labor Day, we observe every day, we just ask that we honor those that have served our country so well and allow us to enjoy the freedoms that we have this night. But again, we just thank you for allowing us to be in your presence. This is your great name.
Amen. Everyone stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
I have a loud one.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Mr. Simpkins.
Here.
Mr. Ledger.
Here.
Mr. McElwain.
Here.
Mr. Beatty.
Here.
Mr. Dawson. Mr. Britt.
Here.
Mr. Petty.
Here.
Mr. Williams.
Here.
Mr. Grove. Miss Gray.
We do have a quorum. Commissioner Dawson, Commissioner Grove both contacted me. They're both under the weather, so keep them in your thoughts. First item of business, committee reports. Any committees to report? Commissioner McElwain.
This week with Miss Allison Harmon and a couple of positions going to be out to field, and we got reports back from the fire. Got all of that back from the schools, everything that's going on, and everything was very well.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Got one position to fill out of here on that too.
When is that election come in January?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got
Who are your members now? Commissioner
now,
Spicer?
Becky, myself, and Randy, and I think Becky.
What do you have to rotate off, I believe, because of, so you're off this time. If any of y'all have an interest in that, I know we have a general rotation with them, but please let me know here before. We'd like to do that during the December meeting. We have to show that a little different as opposed to an appointment as an election. So anyone has an interest in that. And if you don't know much about it, just talk to some of the members that are on there and they can explain to you exactly what they do. So thank you. Any other committee reports? Here are no others. Next is appointments. The first is a reappointment on the Board of Zoning Appeals, Ms. Robin Smith. She has served there. She's one of the 5 members. She's been on for quite some time, and she would like to be reappointed to that. So I'd like to open floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. This is to move these on to the November regular session. I didn't think I said that. Next item of business is the E911 board. We have an opening on that. Tonight we have with us Mr. Steve Shearer sitting on the front left there. He's agreed to be on that board. Steve's been a resident of Dickson County for over 40 years. A lot of y'all will remember his work with Office Depot. He has spent some time on planning and zoning. Cities planning and zoning. I think most of y'all are somewhat aware that the 911 board is going through looking at improving their system. They have some things out for bid. Steve has work in business contracts and construction. He's going to be a real asset to add to that board. So thank you for being here tonight, Steve. I'd like to open the floor to motion to move him forward. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner Buckner. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Under new business, item number 1 is quarterly financial reports, all school funds. Board of Education representatives appears to be Dr. Danny Weeks tonight.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me to be here and present our quarterly financials for the first quarter of the new year. I'm proud to present to you that our funds are looking very good thus far. During the first quarter, we always look for things to be in that 20 to 30% range. Most everything is, except for the line items that we know that are large. Most of them are contractual items that we pay for a contract up front on something. There are a couple line items that we're continuing to look at. There were some lines that our board looked at our last meeting, where some of those dollars are going to be reimbursed by ESSER funds that are coming back to us. But at this point in time, I'm proud to let you know we have received 19% of our budgeted revenues and 22% of our budgeted expenditures to date. And so all of our funds are looking very good. That's our summary of our general purpose funds, our federal funds, flow through monies. Those are looking good. Our cafeteria funds, we're watching those a little carefully. We've had change in leadership in that department. So we are taking a look at those funds, but those, again, we've got a long time to work on those and make any necessary adjustments that we have. Be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Weeks? Open the floor for a motion to move these forward to regular session. Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Beatty. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item is budget amendments, all school funds. Dr. Weeks.
Mayor, if it pleases the commission, first of all, I'd like to go back to our last meeting where I brought a budget amendment to do some preliminary design work on a project that the board had asked me to bring. And you had posed several, the commissions had posed several questions to me and carried those back to our board. And after speaking with several commissioners and our board members, we are requesting that we would have a joint planning session with the commission prior to your next scheduled meeting. So I think that's on the 21st. So I know that's not specifically related to the budget amendment that I brought, but I would like to at least present that to the commission too.
And that's fine. And you're right. There's not listed correctly. What we are proposing, Dr. Weeks asked me last week, and I agreed, well, along with your approval, that we would have a joint meeting with the school board at 6 o'clock on Monday, November 21st. That'll be 1 hour before this meeting. I know there are several questions about their request for the $140,000 to do the work on a new school plan, I believe, for Charlotte. I know that I've had several discussions with many of y'all individually over the last few weeks. This might give us an opportunity to hear from all the members of the school board as well as Dr. Weeks and put y'all in a position to ask any questions y'all may have on the projects y'all have an interest in. I'm going to go on this. So I want to set that unless there's objection from the commission to do that. Hearing no objection, that meeting is set for that date. Dr. Weeks, is there any questions that you've been asked from the commissioners in the last week since that you'd like to cover? Anything you'd like to ask Dr. Weeks now, or you want to wait till the 21st?
I would just follow up to make sure that the last time I was at your planning session, you had asked for a copy of a facility study and it asked for a capacity numbers. And so I sent those to your email addresses. I hope everybody has those. I see several nods. So you have those. If there's any kind of document that you need produced or any kind of research that we need to do prior to that 21st meeting, if you let me know as soon as possible so that I can make sure we have it here for you. Some of the data we know off the top of our heads, and some of it, we'll need to pull some numbers and things together for you, obviously. So if you'll let me know if there are questions that you have or, just anything that you think would be beneficial to you, glad to get that together.
Thank you, Dr. Weeks.
Yes. I do have a budget amendment as well.
Oh, go ahead. Let's not stop the fun.
Commissioners, this is a snippet from Google Earth on Dickson Middle School. And if you'll recall, several years ago, TDOT came along the front edge of Dickson Middle School and they widened the highway out there and allowed us to kind of create a turning lane and created some additional space out there. At that point in time, we had had conversations with TDOT and they were going to construct a new front driveway for us. And you see where the red lines are approximating, coming in at the normal driveway right there, cutting across the dash line, which really runs parallel to the sidewalk in front, would take that turn around by the auditorium and put traffic back out into our back lot. So that is something that they had talked about again when they did the project for us. That really fell through and just never came to materialize. Our board would like to take money from our fund balance to complete this project at this point in time. And what this would allow us to do is two things. It creates a real front entrance, we believe, at Dickson Middle School. It creates a place for parking. If you see down in the bottom lower right corner of there, if you were a visitor to Dickson Middle School, you'd have to park down in the lower right corner down there, walk all the way to the front end, or park in the very rear of the building, in which I hope you would join me in seeing the security issues with that. If you are a visitor to Dickson Middle School, you'd actually park around back, buzz in at the back, walk all the way through the building, go to the office to check in. That's been a problem for 10 years. We never addressed that when we were, I guess, all the way back to project cooperation. That was just one of the things we didn't have the money to do. At this point in time, we have money in our fund balance to do this. We're requesting $410,000 will take care of the entire project. It will complete an 18-foot driveway across the front of the drive, creates parking spots where you can park diagonally in there, creates handicap parking in there, and creates 2 new handicap entrances to that building. And so from a security standpoint, it's really going to take care of there. It's really going to dress up the front of that building and take care of it and make that look good. But most of all, it's going to provide security that's much needed at that building. Our board passed that unanimously. We have all the drawings, and as soon as we get the okay, they're ready to do it and have told us they can complete it prior to Christmas.
Any question, Dr. Weeks? Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Brett, second by Commissioner Ledger. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Weeks.
Thank y'all.
Next item, number 3, is holiday schedule. Chief Deputy Star Moore was out today sick. So did she send y'all those? We'll get those to you tomorrow. I would like to go on and move it to the regular meeting. Holidays are all still the same dates that we've always had. The only thing we have to manipulate every year is around Christmas, because technically we get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Christmas Eve is on a Sunday, so we set it up to be off on Monday the 25th, Christmas Day, and Tuesday the 26th, the day after Christmas, to still get those same dates. But everything else falls on the Mondays, or those holidays like 4th of July and Veterans Day are on the days they're supposed to be on. So any questions or discussion on that? Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner Gray. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor to move this to regular session, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 4 is road dedication for Creekstone subdivision. Mr. Darnell.
Creekstone subdivision is off of Nels Creek Road, and this is another of the older subdivisions that goes back to 2001. 3 weeks ago at the meeting, you were given a packet. Included in it was a letter from the Highway Department stating it is complete and up to county standards. There was a copy of the letter of dedication and a copy of the 1-year maintenance bond. This was approved by the Planning Commission at the October 13th meeting by a vote of 7-0.
Open the floor for questions for Mr. Darnell. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Beatty, second by Commissioner Gray. Any other questions or discussion, or any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Darnell. Item number 5 is solid waste management financial assurance. This is what we go through every year, where we're required to have a bond or a financial assurance letter for the for the landfill, Mr. Reagan, I'm sorry, Representative Reagan, what is that dollar amount? Do you recall right offhand? We'll come back to that one, but it's requires us to use our own credit and health and financial health versus going out and buying a bond. But we'll skip down to the next two. I'll tell you on number 6 and 7, my understanding, they're both 100% grants, require no county money. So if you want to come up and talk about number 6, that's a TCI training grant that's 100%. I made it easy for you.
I will, and I'll keep it short and sweet. No graphics this time. Promise.
Thank you.
I know you're disappointed. I'll work on my presentation. TCI is the Tennessee Corrections Institute, and over the last couple of years, under the particular administration they have, started formulating grants. It's not huge. It's almost $10,000. It's 9,900 and some change. And we can use the offset to buy equipment, training equipment, several things. It's kind of a broad grant. Doesn't require a match. It's 100% funding. It'll just offset anything I'll be asking for next year. So I appreciate y'all's approval. Y'all have to approve it. And any questions on that particular grant?
Any question for Sheriff Eads?
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Have a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Britt. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item is 2022 Homeland Security Grant for $23,139.87. Mr. Rob Fisher.
This is the same Homeland Security grant that we get every year to where we purchase whatever the equipment that we wanted to that was specified in that grant. We submit the invoices back to the state and then they reimburse us for that. We're wanting to purchase some fire extinguisher training equipment this year and some more security cameras for some of our outside stations, some of the ones that aren't inside the city limits outstations. It's a 100% reimbursement grant.
Motion by Commissioner. It was you? Okay. Motion by Commissioner Buckner. I wasn't sure whose hand that was. And second by Commissioner Spicer. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Under other business, oh, I'm sorry, we need to go back to number 5. We do have the solid waste management financial assurance. Last year it was 1.829 million. This year it's up to 1.854 million. That's just basically saying if things go bad out there, we have to write a check as opposed to go to the bond company. So open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Beatty, second by Commissioner Petty. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Under other business, we have a new chief administrative officer of the highway department. He requires to be bonded. So I think we're all in favor of that. So open the floor for a motion. Motion by Spicer, second by Williams. Y'all getting upset over there? Okay, good. All right, we're back on track. All in favor of stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Also, in other business, the first thing we need to add is transfer parcel of property to Industrial Development Board. We have what we call the Canterbury site that we own jointly with the city of Dickson. It's where Adcock Cemetery is. There's a portion of land that sits on my directions get weird here. I think it's the southeast corner. It goes down in a gully. The water authority has a lift station down there. The county owns that. The problem we're going to run into, if we sell the Canterbury site, we're going to have a piece of property that'll be down there that we don't need, that will be untaxed forever. And so we're wanting to transfer that to the Industrial Development Board. And that way, if anybody buys the Canterbury site, they'll also buy this too. And we just don't have a little chunk of land forever. Is that the legal technical way to explain that? Thank you. Did not spend a minute in law school. So I would like to get that on the regular session and open floor for a motion to do that. Motion by Commissioner Britt, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions or discussion from Mr. Reagan? Hearing none, all in favor of vote stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Another item for informational purposes, our audit committee has met. They have minutes to the audit committee. You get the audit, but we have to announce that those minutes are kept in the county clerk's office. So If you want to read those dynamic minutes there, you're more welcome to give them from Ms. Greer. Any other business? No. No. It's okay. Let's see, any other business? It's okay. I'm going to be mayor for a few minutes. No other business? It's like we had something else or something else supposed to have. It's went all swimmingly right there. Oh, we did. Then I was having so much time. We have to approve the minutes from the past work session. Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Beatty, any question, discussion on those? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Typically, under other business, you would have a formal resolution or a proclamation to give out. Typically, Mr. Reagan writes those for us, but it's for him, so you're going to hear me talk about it. We want to thank Mr. Reagan for the 5 months he spent as our state representative for District 69. He was proudly representing most of Dickson County, all of Hickman, and a little slice of Murray. So his name will forever be part of the state legislature. So let's give him a hand. Welcome. You're welcome. So tomorrow there'll be a election time the way they do it in the state of Tennessee. Based on old laws, the new state representative will be in place after the election tomorrow night, even though the election's not certified or their oath of office not till November 1974 court case. If you want to read it, it's really boring. Know all about it. So there's no other business. Nobody's having a birthday, it doesn't look like. So the final announcement will be the next work session meeting be on Monday, December 5th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the Buford L. Beatty Reed Junior County Commission Chamber, the Dickson County Administration Building, Forecourt Square, Charlotte, Tennessee. Have a motion second. What? I've already written you off. Every time I ask you, it's not happening. All right, who else having something? They're back to it. Is White Bluff serving breakfast anymore? They quit doing that. Who's my White Bluff? Well, you're one of those in Cotton. Nobody else. If I find one of y'all having a Christmas party, I need to get invited. There's gonna be issues. But I will be out there at our friends in Porter Community. I think I had a motion second. Thank you.